Welcome to the Daily Stoic, a place that brings you inner peace, unlocking your hidden strength, and enhancing your self-worth every day. In this life, we can never escape the storms of circumstance, unexpected upheavals, unforeseeable challenges, and unanticipated mistakes. When situations strike, the human heart is often stirred, easily swept away by anger and disappointment. Yet, at the core of Stoic philosophy, Marcus Aurelius's teaching resounds: you should not let circumstances incite your anger, for they do not care about your feelings. This statement stands as a beacon in a stormy night, reminding us that the world is inherently cold and objective, lacking the emotion or compassion to tend to the fragile hearts of humankind. Before we begin, make sure that this valuable wisdom spreads to more people through your insight. Each time you hit the subscribe button, like, or comment, you contribute even more value to our community. Now, let's embark on this journey together. Circumstances are merely events unfolding according to the laws of nature, without any intention to harm or save us. When we recognize this, we also realize that true strength resides within ourselves, the power to master our emotions, ensuring that anger and sorrow do not overwhelm our reason. It is precisely in those trying moments, when everything seems to crumble, that we can choose to stand resolute, refusing to let circumstances dictate our inner state. This is the precious lesson that Stoic philosophy imparts: to live proactively, to command our emotions, and to transform each challenge into an opportunity to cultivate courage and clarity. This article will guide you in a deep exploration of the significance of that teaching, unveiling the path to developing inner self-mastery and serenity. Allow the teachings of Marcus Aurelius to kindle a flame of hope, empowering you to face the tempests of circumstance with steadfast resolve and to live freely in alignment with your true values. Only by mastering your emotions can you truly be free and become the master of your own destiny. Circumstances, indifferent events that never rendezvous with emotions. Circumstances are the collection of events, situations, and external environments over which we have no control. A sudden downpour, a tense meeting, or an unexpected incident, all are merely natural phenomena unfolding according to the laws of the universe, devoid of inherent emotion, incapable of love or hate. Marcus Aurelius, the philosopher emperor of Rome, once wrote in Meditations, "Circumstances do not care about your emotions." This serves as a reminder that, no matter how many storms we endure, the world flows according to natural laws, with no intention whatsoever to insult or protect anyone's emotions. For instance, when you experience a heavy rain, rather than feeling frustrated, recognize it as simply a part of nature. A successful businessman, such as Seneca, who himself experienced many ups and downs in life, once advised: do not let your mind be carried away by things you cannot control. This statement serves as a remedy for those struggling amidst unfavorable circumstances. The accounts of Stoic thinkers consistently emphasize that circumstances are merely the backdrop, they do not possess a soul to feel or protest. Once we realize this, we begin to relinquish unnecessary negative emotions, thereby opening the path to inner freedom. It is precisely this understanding, that circumstances never endorse emotions, that enabled Marcus Aurelius to maintain his composure even amidst the fierce wars of the Roman Empire. Anger, a destructive flame or the power to transform the soul? Anger, a blazing flame or the entrapment of the mind? Anger is an internal reaction stemming from unmet expectations, from the pain of feeling hurt or experiencing injustice. According to Stoic philosophy, anger does not originate from external circumstances, but is a product of our own mind when confronting uncertainty and disappointment. When you are cut off on the road or publicly criticized, the natural response is for anger to flare up, but is that a wise choice? Marcus Aurelius once stated, Let your reason govern your anger, do not let circumstances govern your soul. An inspiring story about Epictetus, a former slave who later became a renowned Stoic philosopher, clearly illustrates this point. Despite living in poverty and injustice, Epictetus always knew how to control his emotions, turning every failure into a valuable lesson. Instead of letting anger drag you down into the depths of hatred, see it as a signal to reflect, adjust, and regain control. Imagine you are driving and encounter someone else's thoughtless behavior. If you let anger flare up, you will be swept into a negative spiral. Conversely, if you recognize that such actions are merely objective events, devoid of personal intent, you will be able to maintain calm and self-control. This is precisely the power of Stoic philosophy, transforming anger into the motivation to improve oneself rather than allowing it to destroy you. The stories of Stoic thinkers consistently demonstrate that by controlling your anger, you not only preserve your dignity but also turn it into the strength to change your life. Seneca once said, "Anger is not a waste of time, it is the waste of the mind when you do not control it." Therefore, learn to recognize and control your anger, so that whenever it arises, you can transform it into an opportunity to learn and grow. Mastering emotions, the triumphal journey of the soul. Stepping out of the emotional whirlpool. The journey from impulsiveness to inner freedom. Mastering one's emotions is not about suppressing or denying them, but about learning to understand and transform these feelings into personal strength. In Stoic philosophy, self-mastery arises from the ability to recognize and process emotions objectively. No one can prevent external events from occurring, yet we possess the absolute right to decide how we react. One of the most profound lessons Marcus Aurelius imparted is the necessity of accepting reality. When faced with difficulties, take the time to listen to yourself, ask, "Why do I feel this way?" and analyze the origin of that emotion. Only by realizing that anger or disappointment is merely the mind's self-protective response can we step out of the negative spiral. My own experience attests to this. I once found myself paralyzed by a sense of helplessness when confronted with failure. On one occasion, during an important meeting, my opinion was bluntly rejected. Anger flared up, but instead of responding with harsh words, I paused, took a deep breath, and asked myself, is this event really meant to hurt me? In doing so, I realized that an impulsive reaction only served to further harm myself. That lesson taught me self-mastery and allowed me to walk the path of growth with greater confidence. Stoic philosophers like Epictetus always teach, you cannot control events, but you can control your responses. When we understand this, we no longer fear negative emotions. Instead, we learn how to transform them into a positive source of energy for personal development. Application of Stoicism in life. Discovering serenity amidst chaos. Thriving amidst chaos, the art of dealing with pressure and conflict. In the workplace, within the family, or in social relationships, pressure and conflicts are inevitable. However, what sets the Stoic apart is the ability to maintain calm amid the storms of emotion. When faced with criticism, rejection, or arguments, remember that these are merely objective reactions of circumstance, devoid of any personal intent. A typical example can be found in tense meetings at work. Rather than letting anger take over, a leader who follows Stoic philosophy listens, analyzes, and responds objectively. I once knew a manager who experienced failure when his emotions were uncontrolled. He completely transformed his leadership style when he learned to let go of criticism and focus on solutions. He realized that calmness and self-control not only help resolve problems efficiently but also create the image of a steadfast leader respected by colleagues. In family relationships, handling emotions calmly can resolve many conflicts. Consider the story of a young father who was always anxious and prone to anger when faced with minor family disputes. After studying Stoic philosophy, he began practicing meditation and self-reflection whenever his emotions flared up. As a result, not only did his family relationships become warmer, but he also became a model of self-control for his children. Stoic thinkers like Seneca have emphasized that inner peace is the foundation of all lasting relationships. Living in a chaotic society does not mean confronting everything head-on, rather, it is about learning to filter out the unnecessary and focus on your core values. When you know how to keep your mind clear amid the torrent of information, you will easily find your own path. That is the lesson Marcus Aurelius etched in Meditations, that no matter how many storms may sweep us away, our soul must steadfastly uphold the principles of self-mastery and serenity. Stoic practices, tools for building a resilient soul. The secret of resilient souls, self-inquiry, meditation, and forgiveness. To transform Stoic philosophy into a daily lifestyle, we must equip ourselves with specific tools that help control our emotions and build self-mastery. Below are several methods that have been successfully applied by Stoic philosophers and accomplished individuals. 1. Self-inquiry and self-reflection. Whenever you feel overwhelmed by anger or sorrow, stop and ask yourself, why do I feel this way? Does this event truly intend to hurt me? Self-inquiry helps you distinguish between genuine emotions and reactions arising from unrealistic expectations. As Epictetus once taught, you are not harmed by events. You will be able to respond appropriately instead of being swept into a negative spiral. For example, in a heated debate, rather than replying immediately, take a few minutes to reflect and inquire within. This not only helps you avoid regretful words, but also creates an opportunity to find a wise solution. 2. Meditation, the calm amidst life's clamor. Meditation is a powerful tool that helps calm the mind, train your concentration, and maintain inner peace. Dedicate at least 10 to 15 minutes each day to sit quietly, focus on your breathing, and listen to your inner voice. In Meditations, Marcus Aurelius often recorded his reflections while meditating, as a way to soothe his soul amidst the tempests of the Roman Empire. You too can use this method to cultivate your ability to control emotions. When you practice meditation, you will realize that although streams of thoughts and emotions may rush in, they are merely transient phenomena that do not require clinging to or a strong reaction. Remember Seneca's words, everything we need is already within us, if only we know how to listen. As you practice meditation, you will gradually regain balance and become more confident in every decision you make. 3. Keeping an emotion journal, self-reflection and learning. Keeping a journal is a wonderful way to record your thoughts, emotions, and daily experiences. Write down those moments when you feel angry, disappointed, or uneasy, then ask yourself and analyze the causes. Through this process, you will recognize negative thought patterns and gradually learn how to change them. An inspiring story from Epictetus himself, who once experienced slavery, shows that through journaling and self-reflection, he recognized the value of self-mastery. Despite his impoverished circumstances, his deep self-understanding helped him become one of the great philosophers of Stoicism. Maintaining a journal not only helps you track your journey toward emotional self-mastery, but also serves as an inner mirror, allowing you to see your progress day by day. 4. Learning to forgive and let go. Forgiveness is the act of liberating yourself from the burdens of the past. When you hold on to grudges, anger, or sorrow, you are merely imprisoning yourself in a cycle of suffering. Learn to forgive others and yourself, just as Stoic philosophers did. Marcus Aurelius once said, Forgiveness does not diminish the value of pain, rather, it opens the door to freedom. When you let go, you are not condoning wrongdoing, allowing you to live more fully and move toward a brighter future. Leaders, regardless of their positions, know that forgiveness is the key to overcoming crises and rebuilding trust in relationships. When circumstances are indifferent, only you determine your own value. When we listen to the teachings of the Stoics, the first thing we realize is this: circumstances, no matter how harsh, are merely objective events, devoid of soul or emotion. They do not intend to hurt you, only you can allow your emotions to be swept away by what is beyond control. Living according to Stoic philosophy means learning to view the world objectively, without letting emotions, especially anger and disappointment, dictate your actions. Because when you understand that, no matter how many storms may sweep everything away, only you can hold fast to your inner core, you step onto the path of true freedom. Ask yourself every day: do I let circumstances decide my emotions? If the answer is a yes, then it is time for a change. Start with the smallest steps, from self-inquiry, meditation, and journaling your emotions to learning forgiveness and letting go. Build a resilient soul that is not easily shaken by external chaos. The stories of Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, and Epictetus vividly demonstrate that no matter how many hardships you face, if you master your emotions, you will always find the strength to move forward. When you gain control over your feelings, you not only safeguard your self-respect but also project the image of a leader, someone who inspires their own life. Finally, remember that circumstances are merely a backdrop. They have no soul, no capacity to love or hate. Only you have the authority to determine your own worth. Live proactively, master your soul, and turn every challenge into an opportunity for growth. This is the power of Stoic philosophy, the power of a free soul that is not bound by the uncontrollable. With every step on the journey toward emotional self-mastery, remind yourself that, regardless of how circumstances change, you remain the one who steers your own life. Inner freedom and calm not only help you weather emotional storms, but also open the door to a fulfilling, meaningful, and truly happy life. Through Stoic philosophy, you will learn that self-mastery does not come from denying emotions, but from understanding and transforming them. Begin your journey today, and no matter how noisy and chaotic the world around you may be, you can always find peace within and turn every moment into a valuable lesson on your path to personal growth. I'd love to hear about your journey. If you don't know what to say, just type Shapen a resilient soul to show you made it to the end. Your engagement fuels our community, helping us grow in wisdom, understanding, and, above all, the ability to turn every challenge into an opportunity. Hope to see you in next video. Thank you very much.